we have no internet here today. Isis sent us a letter this morning, an email. We're not on?
We are.
Did you like that, folks? Yes, we liked it. Welcome, everybody. And our big crowd of everybody. Yeah. We are just so amateur today at No Limits Radio TV. Candice says I was not heard from the get-go, so therefore I'll repeat it. We are at NoLimitsRadioTV.com.
Yep.
We're up. Everyone's up. The studio here, okay, they found out where we, ISIS that is, found out where we're broadcasting and killed just about an hour ago, you would say?
Yeah, I think that's about
the internet and access out to the outside world, because we speak what you think about but would never say. Yeah. And because we've mentioned that.
And they don't like that. ISIS doesn't like that we talk about the things we talk about.
Right, right, like killing babies.
We get...
in the name of Allah.
That's right. We get
eat babies.
Yeah.
Eat babies in China. You know, the usual. Right.
Oh, nice. Now you got China on our heads.
Yeah, because they were my friends before.
Okay. I don't follow her, and I don't try to anymore. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay.
But anyway,
Brittany's been doing
do we have some laptops up here? We have no connection to the world, so any story that we had probably is going to be old from this morning. So if like Obama gets, clipped and out, he gets his ass cap his ass.
That'd be about.
Then we won't know about it.
Right.
So we'll be talking happy
Well,
things.
it happened in the last hour, so.
Really?
Aside from that, I think we're okay, because we've been checking otherwise. So we're good. So what happened this week?
Yeah, what happened this week?
Yeah. Anybody? I know Britt was telling us a story that I told her not to tell until we had
I'm
the show
sorry,
going.
I have a problem with sharing.
So, yeah.
Okay, so my house is haunted. I swear my house is haunted.
Yeah.
We moved stuff around in the basement. You told me not to move in the basement. I moved in the basement anyway.
Yeah. And that was because people were getting creepy feelings in your basement.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was like, don't move in your basement.
You live in your mom's house?
No, I live in my own house.
Your own house. How many children?
I have 3.
Okay, and I'm sure your beau lives there from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go to the basement too? Because you don't want to be on the upper floor above kids in springtime.
Exactly.
All you're going to hear is...
Exactly.
So if you're in the basement, that takes care of that.
Right, because you're on the ground floor, you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Right. So, I moved Dominic's room around, and the TV was unplugged, plugged it in, and then hopped in bed and I was talking to my boyfriend, and I was just like, he's like, are you okay with the light? Because I know you get scared. I was like, yeah, no big deal. I walked over there, just to see the night light was still on and the TV was on and it was all fuzzy. And there was, the little guy wasn't home. He was at his grandpa's.
Pay a cable bill?
Yeah, everything.
So it was static.
Yeah, static. Yeah. Well, I have a radio that I plug my phone into through the AUX cord, the aux cord, and it was making static sound all by itself. And it was weird because I had turned it off.
Was it plugged in?
It was plugged in, but it shouldn't have still done that because I had turned it off so that you couldn't have anything playing through it.
Did you unplug it and smash it into the floor and jump on it?
No,
It's still making the static sound.
After that, no. No, because if that were the case, I would.
So you're getting a lot of intense activity going on right now.
Yeah, well, I made my boyfriend walk in the bedroom.
All right, can I respond to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Unless you want to be tech talk the rest of you. Hey, tech talk with Tiffany. Isn't that nice? Tech talk about
For those who
computer
don't know, David has a background in paranormal, so he is giving his input here.
Yes, please do.
But you are using your vast knowledge.
I didn't get to finish it though.
All right, you finish it, but it's like going after Bigfoot or any other thing. If people really wanted to video Bigfoot, they would have by now. Everyone's got video.
I don't want to.
Everyone's got audio to record.
It would scare me.
You see?
But he walked in the bedroom though, They turned off the TV.
Now, who is he?
My boyfriend.
Okay.
And I had told you guys about the one time he was down there taking stuff apart and got that really weird feeling where his body got like all crazy feeling and he got a bloody nose and stuff.
Okay.
He had like that same feeling when he walked past the closet to turn off the TV. So then we kicked my daughter out of her bed upstairs.
So this is all happening, the TV stuff is all happening in the basement?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
We kicked my daughter out of her bed, made her sleep with her sister so we could sleep in her room. So he falls asleep.
Because every kid wants their mom and their boyfriend in bed.
I would like
Let's
to
just
just
put
take,
that out there for all the therapy that's going to
I
take.
took
Does it
care of that
happen
earlier.
does it happen more when you do the Slava Baba stuff?
No.
Okay.
It happens when we move stuff around.
Okay, so when you go over there and we're going to take, why don't you start taking pictures or movies when you're doing this stuff so you catch at least the audio and that?
I'll make him do it. I don't want that on my phone. I don't want to know. Like I know, but I don't want to know.
Well, then why are you bringing it up? Live with it. Because the only
This is
thing,
what happened in my
my team would do is come over there and tell you what it is. But I don't want to know it. You know, it could be someone who might be related to you from 7 generations ago needs to talk to you about something.
Is that can happen?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me finish real quick. We were upstairs and stuff, and then I woke up out of a dead sleep, and I felt something go like that, really lightly.
Really?
Yeah. It was the weirdest feeling.
And this is not in the basement.
No, this was in my daughter's room upstairs.
Upstairs, yeah.
Okay, so I sat up, and
David just fessed up it was him, so. Stealthily going into your bedroom.
that was you.
Okay,
So I sat up,
Even
and
worse,
then
stealthily going into your daughter's bedroom. What the hell?
it felt like something came out of my head. It was so weird. Okay, the whole room went dizzy. I got an extreme headache. Felt sick.
Mhm.
I wasn't scared, but my heart rate was like insanely like fast.
Dang.
How old is the house? How long have you lived there?
I have lived there for a year.
1 year, and nothing happened until you started
No,
moving
there's
stuff.
been
Welcome to the Paranormal Hour, folks. Stay tuned with us.
Well, for now it is.
I do have some really goofy, gaggy EVPs. I have some. Do you want me to play some?
I'm moving them.
Very scary. No, put it in my face.
I don't want to block
he
your
likes things
face.
in his face.
Why do you think? Thank you.
He likes phallic-shaped objects in his face? Never mind.
No. She wants to. Nothing.
I would lick this if David hadn't had his tongue on it already.
Why would you lick it to begin with?
Because
I'm joking, it's a phallic symbol. That's why.
Every time we try to talk
Okay, all
about something
becomes about
science
sex.
and spiritual, you have to bring up, the penis, the dick, the phallic symbol, licking the head.
You just licked it.
Yeah.
You just licked that.
I wanted to see if I felt there was a charge, if it was live.
why?
No, you didn't.
Why?
Because then it's a live mic, I wanted to use it.
Okay, continue, Brett.
I'm gonna stop for now. Other than that,
Larry,
nothing
genius.
much has happened in my life.
All right, so you're on the 3rd floor, you got brushed hand, what happened?
I told you, I sat up and it felt like this weird thing like coming out. It
Okay.
felt like something coming out of my body because the whole room spun and then I instantly felt sick.
Do you drink?
No.
Wow.
Do you take drugs?
No.
Do you smoke grass?
No.
Okay. You gotta be honest.
I promise, I don't do any of
He
that.
gave you the dad look.
I know.
Well, a lot of times to come over there, yeah. First thing they did was offer us drugs. We knew that wasn't the place.
Yeah. Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. When you say it came out of your head, like what is that?
It was like this weird sensation, like
Yeah.
something coming out of me. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's never happened before.
Did it feel like, aside from kind of freaky, was it like dark? Was it light?
It was dark.
Okay, like it felt like heavy, like an
No,
evil?
it didn't. No, I felt like a light presence coming out. But yeah, it was.
Okay, it left you, and then the feeling afterwards was what?
It was the intense heart rate speeding up.
So whatever got out of you, it made it worse.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I've been sick for like the last month,
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
and my head just went crazy.
Well, here's what I recommend. I'm sure there's tons more things you can share with the audience at home and all you little para hobbyists. The thing is to start catching some evidence. If you're going to get a good team or investigation team there, have some evidence you could throw their way.
Okay.
Some audio, video is great with the audio. That's cool stuff. If we can get that, just snippets,
Okay.
and email it and say, look, this is exactly what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a Holland couple and actually a family, and it has returned.
Oh, it has.
Yeah, which is pretty scary considering you brought in an expert
Yeah. And
at it.
Is it more intense?
Can you,
Well-
can you say what it is?
I can only say that it's not good. It hurts people, and it puts deep gouges in you when you sleep, and
Yeah, so it's physically leaving marks on people.
yeah.
No.
And now they've seen it. They've seen the fog,
Wow.
the dark fog from one room approaching.
Wow.
And this is it's kind of like the same thing I had up in Sand Lake in a basement with. Was one of the best things in my life. I was sitting down there with one of the daughters, and she was like 18. And it manifested and started coming at us, and we're sitting down. She wanted to run. I said, no. She jumps in my lap.
Right.
Here's my chance to be a,
Right.
So she's
you're
cuddling with me.
protecting her,
Right. I got my video. And this thing's coming. This thing's coming at us.
David's like, crank up the fog machine.
It's the last time I ever had an 18-year-old hug me.
I
Great.
bet she was a virgin too.
Oh, you know what? You
And she
frickin'
was in the perfect
pig.
position too.
dare you do that to me?
But then you can, that's as close as you got.
They slap each other fun. I never had a virgin in my life, and
You
they
should
always
do that more
throw at me.
publicly.
Oh, you guys out there have had like 3 or 4. Yeah. Well, F you guys, okay?
Clearly.
Yeah. Because I waited because I thought it was the good thing to do.
No, waiting is
And then
a good thing.
you get married the first time, and the wife lies.
I know, I was 23. I'm not.
And I get married, and then I look down there's no Heimlich.
Oh.
And hello down there. It's just massive.
She gave more rides than Greyhound.
Yeah, I guess. She worked for that company.
My grandpa used to drive for Greyhound.
Oh,
Just
God.
saying, it's not relevant.
Every time we talk about somebody who has a relationship with someone who did it with.
That's-
Okay. So anyway,
That's how you met my grandmother.
get some video and audio. We got to move on.
I love it. I love it.
We will not be doing any PSAs today or commercials or funny little noises simply because of the fact
Except for
that
those
we
from
are
you.
down.
Yeah, but that's okay. So we're going,
We're going commando.
We're going commando. Oh, seriously now, I talk to you guys. I'm commando all the
we're
time.
going a cappella.
Are you commando? Do you go commando?
I don't.
I have.
You wear grandma pants because you can see in the back the
Yeah.
line.
don't
At what
like
age?
thongs and stuff.
At what age do you start wearing sensible clothes like grandma pants?
I've never worn like thongs or any of that junk.
Well, thongs aren't good.
It's just
Boy
never
shorts
been
are
my
nice,
thing.
so I like those.
But I'm really high-waisted, and the only thing is like the boy shorts are supposed to hit you at a certain point, and they hit me too low
okay.
because they're so.
So you get the Grammy
Because they're
bag ones,
chunky.
bad ones, yeah.
I don't
Alright.
know. It's not. I don't spend a lot
And
of
this
time
is
on
my
stuff
mother.
that doesn't show.
Okay, so,
Sexy.
all right, that's what happened to you. Do you want an investigation?
I would like one.
All right, do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, because if it's just something, we call it Toby.
Okay.
And before we left today, I said, look, if you're not going to clean the freaking house, you need to go.
Yeah.
Well, he
You're
didn't
like,
clean.
make a contribution.
Exactly. If you're going to live here, you need to clean.
Yeah.
Because
And what's your goal think of this? It's all hoi polloi.
No,
He's seen it, it's real?
yeah, he felt it.
He
Okay.
named it, didn't
He
he?
named it Toby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get some information on the ghost or whatever's there. There could be several, you never know.
Well, we're hoping.
What's going on with you this week? You went to a
I had a doctor's appointment.
gynae?
Okay, here's the thing. Like, my life is always crazy. So, just in a general this week, I had a 3-hour...
Why do you think I hired you?
I had a 3-hour car repair that when I went to pick it up, they're like, oh, we forgot to order some of the parts, so you gotta come back next week. I'm like, that's awesome. I have 2 kids in a musical, which opens tonight.
Yay.
So they've been having like 5-hour practice.
What time
every
does
night.
that start?
7 o'clock. And it's going this weekend and next
So
weekend.
you're gonna have to book from here and go there.
No, I'm not seeing it tonight. I'm gonna see it a different night.
You're not seeing opening night of the children?
I'm not. And they had to find their own ride to the school. 'Cause
I'd like to talk about the breakdown of the family.
yeah.
This is how
So-
it started.
So anyway, okay, so Monday, Monday comes, I have all this stuff on my list, and of course, one of my children doesn't feel well enough to go to school. So she had a dentist appointment that day, which I had to cancel because she had an upset stomach and she couldn't sit in the dentist chair. I had my annual OB appointment, so I'm like, all right, child, you're coming. So she's 8 years old. So I'm at the appointment. This is the doctor that I've been seeing for 18 years at this point. So the OB, because
You ever have lunch with him?
No, but I know like everything about her. I know her marriage.
Oh,
I know
it's a
about
chick.
her marriage.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a chick. So I've been going to her for 18 years, ever since I was pregnant with my first one. So we're always like chatting and stuff like this, and she's doing her thing and checking me and all that. And my daughter's kind of sitting there and like not sure if she wants to see or not. And I'm like, you can look if you want to. The doctor can explain it to you. She's like, okay. So she goes over there, and the doctor's like, okay, so you see that circle right there? That's her cervix. She's explaining it to her. My daughter was fascinated. She's 8 years old. She was fascinated. She thought it was the coolest thing. And so they had a great, they had a nice medical conversation about it. And then we wrapped things up, and the doctor had another conversation with her just about what she wants to do in life and all that. And she thought it was really cool.
Wow.
So then her sisters got home from school, and she's like, guys, I saw Mom's cervix.
What did they say to that?
They were like, ew. I'm like, you've all seen it at least once on your way out. They're like, yeah, we don't want to see it again.
So she didn't have to use that scapula on you
Well, yeah.
to
she
open
used
you
that.
up. I mean, she just
Well, yeah, she
laid
used that.
back and it was already open, real wide.
Yeah, everything just falls open. No.
Well, you didn't mention the scapula. I figured.
Yeah,
you
she
could
I
say
said
something.
she was doing her thing. She used her instruments.
Okay, so
and
put
all
it in there and they do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So she thought it was great, and I like to educate my kids and normalize
I think
things
8's
for
too
them.
young. I think 8's too young.
Why? She has one too.
Let's do 7. 6. Oh, I stopped there.
Again,
Do
like
5.
I've never. I mean, I don't go out of
She
my
asked
way.
her, though.
Yeah,
That's the
I don't
thing.
go
If
out of
she
my
would've
way.
said,
to be
no,
like,
I don't want to
"Look at
learn
this."
about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. You know?
She has parts too. She's starting to go through puberty and all that. And she's having
Oh,
like things
God.
going on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so. You
Now,
know,
when
I
my
think it's
daughter
good to
went
have those
through that,
conversations.
who is now at MSU, when she went through it, she was struggling with self-acceptance because there's so many flooded emotions. I understand you guys get when you start going puberty.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Guys, we're just horny.
Right.
We carry our books like this in school. Spear women. You're a baby. You're
Right.
nurturing.
Right.
So we come across as when we feel it, we just want to go out and start. Huh?
Release. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, and that first release is usually a solo act, and you're so guilty after it unless someone talks to you first about it and says, this might happen.
Right.
And I, being your dad, have done it too. No.
But your dad didn't do that. 'Cause
No,
Your dad's
no.
stealing your porn magazines.
So what did?
Well, he is. Right?
You don't want to know. What went on.
Okay.
I mean,
I was getting a little too curious there, but.
Well, yeah. my Boy Scout leader, she was a woman, Mrs. Winters. She'd bring us all in the garage and sell us porn.
yeah.
50 cents.
Right. And
Do
then-
you like that one, David? Look at that over there. Isn't that nice? And I'm like, man, I'm really getting horny, and I'm 13. And Mrs. Winters, you're starting to look good. Man, oh, Manischewitz. I want some of this. And
You're like, yes, I'll take your
I
magazine.
kept trying to rub her leg because she would wear boots and that short den mother thing.
Oh, like the Cub. Yeah,
like
for
the
the
sun.
Cub Scout.
But anyway,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah, we don't have to hear about your first experience.
No,
That's okay.
no.
No, I don't because it's horrible. But anyway,
Oh, maybe
she's
we
all
should
caught
hear
up.
about it.
Yeah, bring
I
it
think
up.
it'd be
I'm not in
cathartic.
the mood today. I actually am coming out of a weird week. Again, I got attacked by a virus. I think this time I know where it came from. I was at Cougar Hills, and the guy ahead of me, on a syncopated every 3 beat, he would sneeze and crap would come out of his mouth. And he didn't cover it.
Ew.
He was a grease ball, and
Yeah.
He's right ahead of me, and he's getting everything. You
Right,
can
and
see
so
it.
you're
I was in
basically
the-
walking to where he's
and
going.
I'm getting it. I know I'm getting it. And with my IVIG every month, which keeps me alive,
Right.
which supposedly gives me every possible antibody to any disease out there,
Yep.
this wasn't the one. So, yeah, it got me. And what was it, 2 nights ago in bed?
Right.
Right around 2 a.m., man. I woke up, I was so cold and I was shaking. I'm so bad. And Janet's holding me and putting covers on me. And then I started getting depressed and Bear staring at me because he knows. And it was just a horrible night. And it took about a day to get through it.
Right. Well, wasn't it, you had something else like a month ago?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
does that...
It's happening more and more, and I don't
Right.
like it. I just think because when they test you for the HIN1 and the HIN2 virus when you go in for a checkup, they're missing things down here that they don't even look at. It's probably too expensive to do a panel blood test with all these potential
right.
little bugs, right? They only go after the popular ones. And that's really, they only inoculate you with 2. It's just the 2 populars. And then give you a weak strain of it. So, obviously that's not happening because I had my flu and pneumonia shots. And it's not, there's crap coming into this country, as Donald Trump said. But they're not all bad. Some of them are good.
But
most of them
let's
are.
just ban all of them,
Yeah.
just in case.
Did you happen to see the YouTube video where they have the Canadian guy?
Yes.
They keep building the wall so we can't get into Canada.
Right, right. Yes, I did see that. That was funny. So, for those...
What did you guys think? Did you see it? Is it funny?
It is funny.
Okay.
Britt and I say it's funny.
Is it popular?
Yes.
It was fairly popular. My husband posted it on his Facebook page, and a bunch of people got like ticked about it. Not a bunch of people, a couple of people got ticked. Like, well, if people want to move to Canada, blah blah. It's like, for God's sake.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah.
But anyway, I might have caught
Some people
it.
fight about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will. Well, that was my mother. No matter what position she would take take the opposite just to fight you. But speaking of mothers, I bumped into Susan Shaw. We spent the morning with her.
I saw that
dog.
picture. That
Yeah,
was cool.
her and I are buds now,
Good.
and she had a little cold, so I'm wondering if I caught it from her.
Did you kiss
You
her?
and her before.
Yes.
Okay. That could be.
You know she's divorced.
Is she?
Yes.
I
Did
didn't
you
know
share her like popsicle? Share a straw with her?
You know, when I play baseball, I usually get 1 or 2 hits. Okay, the first game.
Okay.
Okay.
So what base
Is this a
I'm
metaphor?
not. She watches the show.
Okay.
Hi, Susan. And it was a very sweet time. Okay.
Okay, good. I saw the picture.
She's a
I thought it
super
was
gal
good.
too. She's a super gal, and
That's awesome.
we hang, we talk all the time now.
Good.
Yeah, she finds me amazing, literally amazing.
She does.
Just like everybody else, right? Literally
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, you do.
Of course I do.
Okay.
So with the week going on like that, we're suffering technologically here
We're
because
getting some, like,
yeah,
we're getting blips of
Yeah.
the internet,
w-
which make it harder to put stuff up here, which is why we're not showing a lot up here today.
I wanted to talk about these GoFundMe sites.
Yeah.
All right. They're becoming, it was on Today's show earlier this week, and everyone is putting them up for anything. Now, there are some good ones, like the copper in Illinois who said he was chasing 2 guys and he got shot and killed. So they did the GoFundMe site. Well,
Wait a second. Wait.
The cop didn't say that. Somebody put it up for the cop who got shot and killed.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
Long story short, because we have time in this show, long story
Yes.
short, him and his wife they were taking money from the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts,
Yeah.
and
This is
he
the-
wanted to get suicide and blame it on someone else though. So people would think he died in an honor. His name was G.I. Joe.
Oh, we talked about him.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is something we talked
All
about.
right.
So they had a
They put a
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe site, and like people around the country had hundreds of thousands of dollars that went to her. Well, what do you do at that point?
You mean
give it
that's
back.
how they deceived?
Well, yeah, she was stealing money too from the county.
Oh my goodness.
Now, what do they do with that money once it transfers hands?
She gets to keep it then, correct?
There is no permanent law
Right.
that I know of.
GoFundMe that says you have to give it back or you have to donate it. Or
So
whatever.
the fools who out there who give the GoFundMe sites, I'm going to say there are more GoFundMe sites that are fake or they're real for the wrong reasons. I knew a girl in Illinois who had a paranormal radio show. She's hot. She knows she's hot. And she needed thousands of dollars. For what, I don't know. But she says, I'm going to stop my Parachick radio show for all you boys. But if you give for equipment, I need $12,500. Don't we get those emails all the time?
Okay,
guys?
hold up, guys. Listen, we're gonna stop our show if you don't give us $100,000 in our GoFundMe account. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to set one up for the No Limits Radio TV because we don't have
It's
internet.
your money.
We don't have internet. And we just found out it's $55,000 just for the equipment, and then have two people manage it and harness it, and then just, of course,
No,
get it out to the network.
They cost $60 grand a year.
We need
Yeah.
new company cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have internet, you can go to our website at
NoLimitsRadioTV.com.
Now, what happens is because of the show, we get hit by various groups. Tonight is by ISIS, and we need some security walls put in. That's costly, and we know you want to see us live and hear us because you can send us those messages, primarily the women.
We don't
We'll
want
send you
that.
those messages.
Right, going
But-
Kevin, honey.
Yeah, but
So, but anyway, I'm just saying that, why don't we put one together? No one gets in trouble with these sites.
a GoFundMe site just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I will kiss Candace for $100.
You do more than for less.
Not to Candace.
Yeah, that's about what it would take.
But what is it with GoFundMe site? Bobby, we need a new pool in our backyard. Bobby's sad.
Yeah.
We need 5,000.
Well, I guess if we're truthful about it, we don't have to make anything up. We can just.
We can throw enough pub out there and we'll get it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'll be the curator of the 1031, the 401c.
401c3.
Yes.
So we have to do.
You will
We
be
have to
the
get nonprofit status for that.
right. You'll handle all
have to
that.
have a board.
You will be the board.
Look at
So if someone goes to jail,
look at the board right here.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Perfect. We're golden, guys.
So anyway, what I just have a bitch about the GoFundMe sites. If you go on those sites, they're all over, and it's about the most ridiculous things
Well,
now.
we should just put one up for the heck of it, just to see if we get anything.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Why not?
You know, if I put one up in me in the hospital and say I don't have insurance, and they're going to pull the cords in 2 days, we need
But-
$500,000.
Well, the no insurance part is true, right? And you are sick.
Oh.
I had insurance.
You still haven't.
When you're in the- You don't have your own insurance. You have separate insurance.
I have Obamacare
Okay.
because I'm unique, and I'm a man of all colors, and I was asked to use Obamacare. Other than my own insurance, because I could talk about it. It's wonderful. I didn't have to pay a dime. The bill was $2.5 million in the ICU.
Dang.
Wow.
But that was 4 months, and you were
Guess what happened?
in a coma.
No, they had to stop the water in Flint, and they had to go to that little river. That's why those people are dying over
Because you were
there.
in a coma.
My money took the
Yes.
money from all that stuff
Wow.
to keep me alive.
You should feel
Absolutely.
I am.
Look at
So
all
glad
the
to
little
have you
kids.
here.
But I go over there to cut my ass.
Wow.
And then all
So-
our money's wasted.
So anyway,
And then the state has to pay for a funeral, and that's.
I
Just
remember
cost them
Janet
more
told me,
money.
Janet told me, my dad whispered in my ear. I hadn't seen him in years, and I know why he was there, to make sure money went certain ways. He got to handle it. Because I have a very high insurance policy on me,
Right.
which is scary. And that's why he was there.
Terrible.
And he whispered in my ear, and Janet was just a few feet away, and he goes, "It's okay to go, son. It's okay. It's okay to die."
Seriously?
Dead serious.
It's okay to go.
It's okay, I know you're in pain.
And he just took your hands and put a pen in it and went, just right like this,
No.
I'll help you.
No, behind him, he's trying to screw around with the knobs, you know.
Oh my gosh.
As he's pulling out the tube, it's okay.
Yeah. Janet, now are you thinking on why keep this man? He kept saying, why keep this man in pain? Let's yank that plug.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But I have forgiven him for that.
You've let it go.
I have let it go.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
we can put
Wow.
pictures up from that and say that I don't have insurance and I'm in the hospital now. People believe it. How much do you think we'll make at home?
But then what do we do with the money?
Does
we
it
go
really
on
matter?
vacation
We
together?
donate it?
We could, yeah, just think of what we could all do.
Pay medical bills.
I think coming out of that, we need some time in Fiji to discuss it.
Yes.
To make sure that we're handling it properly.
Yeah, we need some time. But I'm not going to do that. We're just goofing around.
Yeah.
But the point is that there's these GoFundMe sites that are so silly. The Wounded Warrior Project. Beautiful commercials on TV.
Yeah.
The Veterans Administration should be handling all of the veterans coming back. They are not, so there are adjunct non-for-profits trying to pick up the slack.
Right.
Mental health is the #1 reason that we have issues of boys and girls coming back from the wars.
Exactly.
Prior to the Vietnam War, the Korean War and World War II were the last two that really they were handled correctly. They were cared for. Now, they can't handle it. There's too much mental health, especially in the war, the Vietnam War, where you didn't know your enemy. That was another place you didn't know your enemy. It was the child with a bomb in its back coming up to you,
right.
offering you candy.
Right.
Do you shoot that child?
Right.
If you do, it gets in the newspaper and you could be tried.
Right. There's a lot of PTSD.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
And what does PTSD, as a proud owner of it, coming through a life-death experience, it can make you ramp up so easily, and really, without medication and constant affirmations and counseling, constructive counseling, cognitive counseling, you know, I could go off at a deep end when I get mad. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what PTSD does to a lot of people.
I've had PTSD.
I have as well.
So,
And the
yeah,
anger,
that's a lot.
you know how that
Yeah.
exploding. And
Yeah.
you're seeing these people, these guys holding up people and family members in the house because the wife decided to leave.
Right.
And he's going, wait a minute, I did what I was supposed to do in war and you're leaving me now. And, you know, it's just that his world is collapsing. And what do we do with him? We arrest him or we kill him and we put him in prison.
Yep.
The prison is filled with mentally ill people. And when you do that and you put them in the state facilities, when they come out, they're worse. They get absolutely zero to maybe little counseling. They come out and they're worse. They're more angry.
So what if we would try to restructure our program, you know, to actually try to help people instead of, you know, hinder their process of, you know, even like if you're bringing up prisons in general, okay, you're going to say 90% of those people have a mental illness, clearly. I mean, in your right mind, are you going to go up and kill somebody?
Or rob somebody.
Exactly.
I don't like those statements.
90% is what
No,
I'm
I am saying everyone in their life could have, under certain conditions, could have killed somebody.
Right, but most people
And
in
have
that,
thought about it.
most people in that circumstance
Yeah.
are not Jean Valjean, where they're like trying to, you know,
I understand.
steal bread for their little sister kind of thing. You know, it's
Right.
like
Right.
that's the. I mean,
And
there's
there were,
something going on there.
biblically, there were reasons to do it in the Old Testament.
You mean murder? What's it?
Yes.
Murder?
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't do it, but I thought about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm sure at one point everybody's thought about something like that, but I mean, whether or not you act on it, it's totally different.
I went to the planning stage.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I talked to a very good friend of mine. He says, you know what? Yeah, you're going to kill him and he'll die. And then you're going to get arrested and then you'll be in prison the rest of your life.
Right.
So you're going to get punished. And as long as he played that tape through for me,
Yep.
it made sense. But
Yep.
the emotion. But getting back to PTSD, why do we have all these problems? These guys have no criminal records. Like the guy who shot up Battle Creek, right? Mm-hmm. No criminal record. No background checks. Background checks are bull crap. Background
You mean for
checks
the guns, for
are
the
bull
gun
crap for anything.
Yeah.
Because you never know, someone with the cleanest slate can fly off.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, how do we identify mental health?
Right.
And what's that fine line?
Right.
And people can snap. I mean, I remember when I lived in New York City, I stepped outside my apartment, and this was in the East Village in Manhattan. And, you know, I've been there for a couple of months at this point, and I've had lots of homeless people yell at me, and, you know, so I've been approached by a lot of scary people. But I stepped outside my apartment, and there was this guy who was clean cut, like very handsome guy, clean cut, nice clothes, like a suit type of thing, very well dressed, except instead of having his shirt on, he had it clutched in his hand, and he was like this on the sidewalk, and I was like, holy crap. Like, that's the moment when it really hit me, where it's like, you don't know who's sitting next to you on the subway. Like, somebody could look totally normal, and then they just, like, whatever happens, like, they snap, and they're shirtless in Manhattan.
Well, what you're saying,
you know? It's just, you don't know.
you don't know what they look like. What's a sick man look like? Or a woman? This
all kinds
guy
of things.
was a model, they said a model dad in the house. He was married and he had a couple kids. And next thing you know, he's an Uber driver. Why he didn't kill some of those earlier people, we don't know. And
Meaning his passengers?
yeah,
Oh.
some of them he didn't.
He didn't kill any of his passengers.
No.
Because, but maybe he knew that would be connected to him, because
But
these people, I mean,
Yeah.
he's doing this thinking he's not going to be caught. So if he's shooting people, he's not going to shoot somebody that is digitally has just gotten out of his car.
Well, that's the
Then
question,
that
though, you
automatically connects
said.
him to the scene.
He's doing it thinking he's not going to get caught. That is really an illness. That means he can't even compilate the world in itself in front of him. He can't cognitively understand it.
But
cause and effect.
He doesn't care. He's so...
Maybe he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
Where I really don't care. I have no feelings, and however this thing goes.
But do you ever go into that thinking you're going to get caught? You're going to think of a million ways on how to get out of it or not get caught.
I'm thinking, if I were to do it, you're going to get caught.
Well, exactly. Because
Everyone gets caught.
We know that. But when you are at that stage, you're going to go into it, you know, plotting every possible outlet on how not to get caught.
Right.
If someone's thinking through it. Although I think if someone snaps like that, they're just acting.
They lose all sensibility when they snap like that. And once they've killed the first one, they're going for the second. And that becomes a hype.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, nothing like that makes sense. And my point is that we don't understand mental illness. We will not fund it. We will not. We tried in the earlier part of the century. We took people who looked like or maybe acted like, and we put them in institutions like, you know, Penhurst and a lot of them around this state, and we treated them not the best.
Oh, right. It was, well, there was a reporter who went undercover.
Penhurst. Yeah.
I think she was a Swedish reporter. It was back in early 1920s.
Yeah.
When was it? But she went undercover as a patient and exposed it. But then when they found out what she was doing, they tried to keep her there because they didn't want her getting out. And then she ended up getting out and telling the story.
Sure.
Yeah, telling the stories of the treatment and the torture. And
I mean, they kept the populations.
Was that Nellie Bly?
I don't know. Google it.
I don't know if I can.
Nellie Bly.
If the internet's working, it may have been Nellie Bly.
Anyway, the point is that we really don't know what to do and how to fix human deficiencies and human illness.
Should we all be tested yearly?
I don't think, what is the test?
Yeah, what do you do the test
I don't know.
for?
I was just throwing it out there, but
I think we're
just try to-
all left up. Okay?
Yeah, of course
I
we
think
are.
we're all left up. I think in the state of Michigan, women should only be allowed to carry guns. Men should not have it because men have a firing point much quicker. They get hotter, they get some alcohol in them, and they just go out and shoot. Women think it through a little more. I'm not saying they're brighter. I'm just saying they kind of don't shoot from the hip kind of thing. There would be less murders in this state if women were allowed to only have guns. As long as you get rid of your SUVs, because you don't know how to drive the goddamn things.
I can park anything.
No, you
I'll tell you
can't.
that.
No, you can't.
I should pull up my pictures in Chicago.
All right. So anyway.
Okay,
Anyway.
but this, talking about mental health and all that, and mental deterioration, there was just, this week, there was a study that came out that connected herpes with Alzheimer's. Because herpes has been found to have neurological effects, and they're starting to connect the facts that maybe herpes, especially the herpes that I think it's one that people
Yeah,
Herpes.
like one.
it's something like
Herpes VI1.
Something like-
yeah.
On your lips.
something like 50% or 60%. A lot of people
Yeah.
have that one, but that's being connected to Alzheimer's later in life. So when you
Or
think
what about the other one?
the
Vagina one, and what goes down there.
Yeah, the two, they're two different types.
But they have the same basis.
Yeah, and what
of DNA.
I've been told by doctors is that it used to be like one was up here and two was down there, but really they're not even, they said both of them were found in both places because of oral
Right.
sex.
Right.
But
So-
I think it's the one that's known as the one that pops up on the mouth.
And that's a precursor to Alzheimer's?
It's being connected to Alzheimer's.
So
yeah.
my outlaw,
brain,
my
neurological.
ex-father-in-law who's dead, who had Alzheimer's, probably screwed around.
I don't know. Maybe it's not an uncommon, the thing is it's not an uncommon virus. It's a pretty common virus. I mean,
It's very
a large-
uncommon.
No, it's
The way
not.
I live my life, and the
It's
way I
very
lived my
common.
life.
Cold sores or not?
Oh no, it would take
Anybody
a lot for me to kiss a woman.
anybody with a cold sore, that's a herpes virus.
Right, and I would check. And
Right,
if
but
you
I-
were hot and I was drunk, and we were in the back seat of your dad's car, and you wanted, I wouldn't kiss you if I saw the bubble there.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that a very high
I'd let
percentage
you rape
of
me.
people,
Oh my god.
a very high percentage of people have that virus, and so it's starting to be connected to Alzheimer's.
Okay, very good. All right, so all the people with Alzheimer's,
whether we're in the back of my desk.
y'all going to hell. Y'all just,
No, not at all. It's just one more piece.
just like
of,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
But I think it's one more piece in mental
Just keep
health.
it clean. You know what I'm saying? Keep it clean.
Keep it clean is a good
Just like the
thing.
dining-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
right.
you're my possession. You girls my possession.
But it's another connection to the brain and mental health and all that. Just
All right.
just like they're relating gut bacteria to
Thanks for
ulcers.
that one.
You know?
welcome.
That's-
What else? What else we got going on? We're hanging on these stories too.
Okay, well we have, how about this? Well, herpes, backseat, all that. We have been talking a little bit about dating sites in the past.
Yes. Oh yes.
And so K-Cupid did this thing where they found out that when women message first, there's a 30% chance they're going to get a date. But when men message first, there's a 12% chance
Yeah.
they're going to get a date. Now, I kind of have my own theories on why this is, but
Okay, go ahead.
I would just
but I
like-
want to hear what other people think
Yes,
too.
okay, I would just like to say that I messaged my boyfriend first.
Well,
Yes, okay, go ahead.
30% chance. Okay. But what's your thought on that? I mean, you obviously you're not now, but
Right.
you know, you
As far as
before
you
were on
know.
the dating sites.
Wow.
Her boyfriend's in the room, so that's why he said that. David's like, okay.
Don't tell him my secret.
I'm on POF.
She put me on Tinder.
Like, oh. There you go.
We did well. thank
We
you.
did well. It was one of these shots. It was the two of us. That shot was on Tinder.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, your thoughts on that? Like with guys messaging, it's 12%. With women messaging, it's a 30% chance. Like, what's the first thing you think of with those?
I normally never message the guy.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah, never. I probably
what
5
percentage
tops.
of messages you get from guys and coming in? Because guys will message first, usually.
Right.
What is the typical message that comes in? Is it a one-liner?
Yeah.
Is it a picture?
It's no. Normally, it's a one-liner. Hi.
Their pictures are on their profiles.
Yes. And then I would, if they had a sense of humor, I would escalate it to, of course, my personality of being a goofball. But normally, I was going on there just to be a jerk, just to make fun of people.
No wonder they're discouraged.
Well, I wanted to have fun. I like talking to people. So, I met a lot of great people on there. And, never really got into the dating. I met a couple.
So you went on there just to have fun?
Yeah, to talk to
Screw
people.
with guys' minds.
Kind of.
Especially with PTSD.
No.
No, it's one of these guys from Battle Street.
She's like, were you in the military?
No.
Oh, great.
No, it was Kalamazoo.
I'll go.
We had
Your
two from
mind.
Kalamazoo.
We can't say a bad word, can we?
No.
No.
Remember, one's in prison.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no.
the one who stole your pop cans and stole a car to come see you. Yes.
So you really picked them.
So you found him online.
But he wanted to be a pastor.
But the first sense that you get from a dating site is absolutely not what you're really going to get.
Exactly.
All right. When did the penis pics start coming?
After you give out your phone number, your email, or your kick.
Okay. And then the penis comes because
Yeah.
they know that that's what you want.
That's not what I wanted at all.
Right.
I did not.
Where do
want-
guys
They
think?
think that's what you
Where
want.
do guys think that? Because I would never send mine.
Well, they
I'm
think-
embarrassed.
I think it's because, here's my thought. I think it's because they're like, wow, I would really like a vagina picture. So I know what I'll do. I'll send her a picture of my dick, and then
Yeah.
she'll love it, and she'll send me one back. I think that's where their head is.
I really think that is.
And their head is. I think that's where both heads are.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's he going to do with the vagina pic? Just go away and just box the clown?
People,
Yes.
people ask for those, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll go online and I will find the ugliest chick, ugliest naked chick, and I will send it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's me. I have done
Okay.
that multiple times.
Well, I think, what site was that? Plenty of Fish?
Oh, there's so many.
POF, so I could take a picture of a hot chick and pretend I'm on there and just screw with guys' heads tonight.
Yes.
I would feel bad if there was a shooting in Utah and I'd connected
Right,
with
and
someone
you
in
did
Utah.
that. Yeah, I actually.
Because I can really, I'll bring Cecil with.
Oh Lord.
I have a picture of a cat that is like photoshopped pink and it's all wet.
You have a picture of the profile of a cat?
No, I just send that to them because it's my pink white pussy. I get pink wet pussy. It's a soaking wet pink
We
cat.
try to keep the youngsters. It's still Friday night and they get the extra hour. Speaking, we are changing the clocks.
Yeah, when is that?
This week, no, you got to get up on Sunday morning at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Now, because
Well,
of the...
Sunday the 13th. So if you're watching this, I'm NoLimitsRadioTV.com. If you're watching this,
Yeah, because you can't hear it.
after the
'cause we don't-
13th, you've already done it.
Hopefully.
No, it'll be on. Oh, well, if you do it my way, it goes quicker, because then you can handle the fall one. See, ever since the Flint crisis, they have now, east of the Flint River, there was executive clemency given to that. They don't have to change.
Okay.
Okay, west of the Flint River, are you bored?
No.
Is there someplace you need to be?
No.
No?
It's lack of oxygen.
You have to use the old Indian. Michigan is basically an Indian name.
Right.
Chicago is, and so forth. They got it when they jumped into the air during the vernal equinox. They would be pushed back in the air a little bit, so they pushed their clocks back. So that's what they recommend to do this time around. Spring back,
Fall back.
1 hour.
Spring forward.
Well,
Fall back,
spring
spring
ahead.
forward.
Yeah, but you have to read what I wrote.
Okay, I'll look
We
at
don't
it.
have the internet.
All right.
Okay, but the OK Cupid thing on the messaging. My theory is that men are just messaging a whole lot more.
To see who they get to reply.
Yeah, because they throw it out there so much, and it's like rapid fire. So
And it's
they're
a- and it's a fake
one of these
picture,
are
isn't
gonna. I don't know. I mean, the ones I've met, it's actually been their picture.
Many of them are married.
Yes,
Or with
I
someone.
have found
I don't
that
get
out.
that
I
part.
have met a.
And what is the problem when you're on POF? Are
I
you
start
really
counseling
looking
them
for?
if they say they're married.
No,
start
they
what?
never say they're married.
I start counseling them.
No, here's the
I do.
deal.
I'm like, well, what's the problem? Like, why?
Sex
why
is
are
the
you-
problem.
Can I come?
Right,
I'm
I'm
trying
like-
to get in their bed with the other.
No. No.
Dave's pap smear and mammogram van that on weekends drives around. Now, he will do that.
Now people tell you that they're married because I always had to go on like their Facebook and stuff like that and find their wives and girlfriends.
They'll tell me.
Oh no,
I
always had the
and then I start analyzing their marriages.
And they
It's
really
always
listen.
sex.
Oh yeah.
It's always sex.
I even
She
had,
doesn't give it up.
there was one guy who kept wanting to talk, and I'm like, you know what, he's like, why don't we just meet or what? I'm like, no, I'm not going to meet a married guy. I'm like, if you want to be friends after you break up, then contact me then. He contacted me like 9 months later. He's like, I filed for divorce. I'm like, wow, okay, good luck to you. Because I had no interest in him anyway. Because he's a dude trying to cheat on his wife. So, but at least.
And he got divorced for you?
No, he got divorced because he was unhappy in his marriage.
And Candice was the reason.
Most people.
I was just the push that he needed.
Yeah, if they're out there, I think most people who get to an age of 50 or 60 or whatever,
Wait, I wasn't going for that.
they tolerate each other after maybe 10 or 20 years of marriage. They just tolerate it. They get to a point of tolerating. And, well, let's say before your husband came out, you had all these kids. I mean, you didn't go, hey, we're going to bed tonight. I'm going to wear this. You know, you're going to do it like this. That doesn't happen anymore.
And it never happened.
Sex goes down the tube.
Right. My marriage is not a good example of that.
Right. But I'm just saying for most it does. And then most women, then they'll shut the emotional component off once he's not getting any poontang. He'll shut the emotional at home and she'll know that. And when that happens, he's out emotionally stroking other women who need it. And that's how you pull the women into your net, if you will, is to
You find the needy ones?
What?
You find the needy ones because you also are needy.
Yeah, emotionally. Well, I turned Mormon, so I'm trying to get 7 or 8 around the house. Now, I've got 3 that have committed online. They will do it.
I'll do it.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, I'm not sure I want to do this because
I'm not going to do it. I'm not sharing any man.
these are willing to. Well, you don't have to share it. You can all come in at once and just rip me up.
Oh my God.
Rip me up in like a little flat Stanley.
anyone else is carrying,
I'm all
if
ripped to my
anyone-
paper.
If anyone else is in the room, that's sharing.
Really?
I'm not sharing.
All right.
I've never
Would you?
shared and I
Anybody.
wouldn't.
Well, this is.
I'd be too jealous.
Would you?
Yeah, I would be. I would be jealous.
No, if anybody, and no. I need somebody who can keep up with me, and that's hard enough to find anyway. And so if somebody else is present wearing them out, that's bad.
You are just this hot, smoking woman underneath. Once I pull that lawnmower rope, you're ready to go take down the forest. Gee. All right, so anyway.
There aren't many people who know because, well, now a lot of people know. But
But there haven't been.
most people don't get there.
No. And anyway, they got so many issues, tolerance and all that. And I'm just saying, if it doesn't bud or develop into more of a new relationship, post 20 years of marriage, whatever, of just appreciation and loving you for who you are, and being that, and a guy being susceptible, it's okay for me too with that, and talk about some of the things we did together and some of the trips we took and why I find you amazing. You know, those things override the sexual component.
Right.
Most guys don't have the ability to use the King's English well or communicate well. So they fuck it. I had a cough, so
Right.
it's a hairball. They screw it up entirely. They don't know how to do that, so they take it to another girl.
Right.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if a guy knows how to communicate on both those levels, sexually and all that intimacy at the beginning, and then go there. See, in the medieval age, we lived to like 35, we were dead.
It didn't really matter.
Right. But we're going to like 80, so we got to stay with some chick another 50 years.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta figure it out.
And a lot of things happen in that time, emotionally, physically, and sexually. And you've got to be able to adjust with it. And the problem is there's tolerance usually on one side, and the other side gets angry, and it's just, they don't. But that's why there's plenty of fish, and that's why there's, what else was there?
Tinder.
There's OkCupid.
Yeah. Zeus.
Oh, yeah.
Zeus, yeah,
But
Zeus.
Zeus is a paid one.
Is it?
The
Okay.
free ones are like Tinder, POF.
What are some of the other
OkCupid.
ones? Do you know any? Cameraman. Our intern, do you know any? Do you know any out there?
Dating sites.
Dating sites.
Date hookup.
Match.com.
No, that are free.
That's it. There's like Badoo, which is supposed to be like a friend one, but
Yeah.
then people use it for.
Oh.
There are a bunch of them,
Yeah.
actually.
A Scout. That's another one.
Oh, I've never
InmatePassion.com.
InmatePassion.com. There's that one.
Well, you
Farmers
just
only.
Google free dating sites.
Yeah.
And when they give you these, like, eHarmony's free all weekend, it's not free. You could send out all the messages, but
You
they
can't
don't
get them back.
Yeah, right. Then come Monday, you got to pay, and it fools you. It says, you got 1,000 messages.
Yeah.
And that's just their software telling you got 1,000 messages.
Right.
And they're from fake people.
It's like Ashley Madison.
Yeah.
Where it was like 99.9% men.
Yeah.
For real.
And the rest of the women on there are fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what ALT is, where you got your BDMS, that whatever that is.
Oh, is that for like BDSM?
Yeah, and really weird couples wanting to explore really.
I should
weird
tell a
things.
friend of mine about that.
Yeah, it's
That's what
ALT.com.
he's looking for.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I think all
I'm
the
like,
chicks
I'm
there
sure
are
you
fake.
can find a specialty
They're
site.
fake. So if you set up a site, fake women pictures, and take the time, the guys will pay the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 1-800-NASTY-GIRL, and then
Did you take a
.com.
picture of that one yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
And then they just like take pictures off the web and they put it on there.
Yeah.
And that one of the picture of you of hello down there.
Oh, yeah.
Girls want it now.
My
in your
servant's
neighborhood.
picture.
Blink, blink, blink. Another pop up. Oh, she's texting you now. Do blink, blink, blink. Oh, she's already in bed.
But people, yeah. It's just so, it's so
dumb.
stupid that people think it's going to go anywhere. If that person's real, which they're probably not.
Yeah.
So,
What else
which leads us to porn, actually.
Porn.
There are, I managed to find this, but popular porn searches by state, and I'm going to try to pull up the map here. But while oh yay, it's working. So popular porn by state. Okay.
What gets in
'Cause I
her
have
to
the
look
map.
these up?
I would.
What? Why not?
You're
Okay.
I looked up
You're
porn
my
bloopers the
inflatable
other
darling.
day.
So here we go. All right. So we have by state.
Can we see it up on the? Oh
Yeah, it's up there. It's
Get
up
it up higher,
there.
young
So
lady. Lesbians.
Yeah. So Michigan apparently lesbian. That's
Wait a
the
minute.
big
Now,
one
can you
here.
explain it for the youngsters at home? What does that mean when it says it's a lesbian state?
That just means that's the most popular term searched with porn in that state. So
No.
here's the United States. So what they did, they took every single state and said, okay, for searches that include the word porn, what's the other word that's matched with that the most?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So, but look at Ohio is stepsister.
Yeah, well, I got
That's
two big states.
Oh yeah, those are stepmom is Washington.
Yeah.
Stepmom is Alaska.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Then we have Ebony. Oh, cartoon.
Couple of cartoons.
Yeah.
And the weather will be
Tennessee is
changing. The
cartoon.
lesbians will be moving east across the. Look at the creepy guys here.
Wait, what is Hawaii? Are they just nobody looks up porn?
wait. Asian.
Okay.
Asian porn for Hawaii.
Well, those are the chicks that do bukkake. Those are the ones that'll take like 25 or 30 loads while they lay down.
Did you watch it last night?
What is bukkake?
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Google it and
But then
say play video.
I'm gonna lose my porn map if I do that. I'm not
All right.
looking. I'm
Just
not looking
explain
at
it.
bukkake.
Well, for your homework for next show, it's with
No,
two
just
Ks.
freaking tell us.
It's where a one woman gets gooed on
By a guy.
by umpteen, 20, 30.
So they're in like a circle jerk.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't remember any of that?
I don't know.
Okay.
If
So-
I ever did, it wasn't important
You were
information
drunk.
to retain. Yes, I'm
But this is, I don't
do
think
it.
this
I can
is,
remember it.
here's a revelation, folks. A lot of people, this is misinterpreted. I don't think it's lesbian women looking to watch lesbians.
That's people who
These are
search
men. I would like to know
No,
what
it could be men and women.
Thank you, Brittany, for that little
welcome,
tip.
Judge.
It could be men and women for stepsister.
We got one for MILF.
Yeah, that's
No,
Rhode
but I'm
Island.
pointing out
Rhode
that-
Island likes MILFs. Woohoo!
Yes.
Let's go to Providence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please add to our GoFundMe page.
So those,
That's what we're doing with our GoFundMe
Guys,
page.
what
Right now, we're going to
percentage-
Providence, Rhode Island.
now here's the big
Rhode
kicker.
Island.
When I asked my counselor, and she could be totally wrong,
Yes.
but I talked to her about porn because she recommended to me that after my ARDS episode.
Right.
And she goes, porn. I said, well, you know, really, I'm a little nervous about it. And she goes, oh, there's tons of people. In fact, more girls from the ages of 15 to like 22 watch porn more than guys do.
Starting
I thought it
when?
would be older.
15 to 22.
I barely had the internet when I was 15
Well-
to 22, so.
It's a clamp, it's there. But I'm saying is that they're not doing it for sex. They're doing it to learn what's out going on in the world. Yeah.
Oh, and how to.
So that's why and since all women have sex with another woman by the age of 28,
Nope, they don't.
you're just lying. You fall in the lesbian category, see?
I can't be a lesbian if I've never done it.
Okay. So anyway, I think these are guys and their creepiness all about it. What
Right.
percentage did it give
No, it didn't get
of
percentages.
guys or guys versus girls?
It didn't.
Okay.
It was purely just most
It's
popular.
interesting there's no trannies up there.
That's the most popular, right?
No
Nobody's-
trannies.
I love that. I kind of love it that cartoon is the most popular in 2 states. Like that kind of cracks me up.
We got threes.
Three.
Four.
Oh yeah, you're right. 3. Yeah.
Wow,
4.
Crazy.
Where's 4?
Was that like
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
4? Right above black. What about Louisiana? Who's above Arkansas?
No, I already counted
This
that.
is one. This is a state.
Tennessee.
That's Tennessee.
That's 2.
two states.
That's 2
Yeah.
states. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you're right. It is. Sorry.
Thank you.
But they just put one cartoon across it. You're right. Okay. Sorry. You're right.
Guys, I know my map.
No, you're right. You're
Tennessee
right.
And Arkansas.
Yeah, 'cause that's too big for Tennessee.
Yeah. Arkansas.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Brittany.
So the
very welcome.
retirees that go down here,
We're
the
searching
older men,
lesbian porn.
yeah, and they're in the wife's already in bed, and they're watching it. And
Well,
they're-
they have now the hillbillies who live in the middle of the state.
yeah, and when she
Mouse
comes in
looking
the
at
room, he's got his foot on the power
Daisy
cord. And
Duck.
goes, ooh, lost the power.
Wow.
If you want to do it, just go to the guy's history. You'll find out that every guy's a creepo.
Well, unless they
Every guy's a
I said all
creepo.
the closeted husbands delete their
I make no
search
attempt to
history.
delete anything on
No.
mine. It's all valid porn.
Right, yeah. Well, obviously you and Janet are very open about talking about that stuff.
We have a very good relationship because
Right.
we talk about ourselves
Right.
sexually. And you should do that with someone you're with.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, let's
Nice.
bring them on in. Let's talk about it now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, come on, boyfriend.
What are you talking about?
Everything.
Turning all red. Cameraman.
He's like, I'm running.
Brittany's guy happens to be running camera today. And we're going to be moving into the big studio, and then our intern will also be doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, lots. And so, as we bring them in along the way, we ask them questions sometimes. And the questions sometimes, they will not come back to a second show. Are you coming back the second time? Are you? Okay.
You are, okay.
For real?
We haven't scared
It's okay
him
to
off.
say no. This is
We haven't scared him off yet.
Alright. Most of the chicks from Hope, they just go, oh my God. They even had a dildo. They put it
That
on.
was so much fun playing with that dildo. I enjoyed it.
All right, so anyway, all right. What else you got going there?
Super lice. There's a super lice. For those of us with kids, sex leads to kids. So for those of us with kids, if you've ever had a lice scare,
Yep.
okay, now apparently there is a new lice that the treatments don't impact.
Ugh.
And it's in half the states at this point. It's in 25 states.
Are you serious? Are we one of them?
It is not in Michigan, but it's in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, like it's
it's in
surrounding us.
It's coming.
So they haven't died, but it's scary.
Now,
I mean, it's sort of like,
what's the end game with lice? If you're talking about what's the end game? What's it do at the end of the day? Does it eat the children, or does it just give them little bugs? Do they get sick?
They get bites and stuff.
Is it like
they
the Black
spread.
Death in Europe in the 1300s?
They spread. I don't know. They could
like
stab.
the Zika virus where they're all with the weird head?
No,
What's it
it's
do?
just mostly just gross.
Okay, so the
Because they're
gross
little
bugs are
bugs.
coming in and we can't kill them.
Right. It's similar to the antibiotics that people have been using for years, and then it actually ends up making the bacteria stronger.
So if you have a clean house, a really clean house, it doesn't matter. That lice is going to come in off your child.
It's because like the kids are getting too close to another kid with lice, or
So
they're sharing brushes.
they're interchanging it at school and bringing it home.
Yeah.
Why don't you wash your kid out with the hose when he comes home?
Because that won't get rid of them. You have to use special treatments to. Once they get in there, you have to use special treatments to get them out, and you have to.
What
pick
is
them
one
out
of those
by one.
special treatments?
Well, they have a topical that you put on their head.
All right.
But with this super lice, they're not impacted by it, so it doesn't kill them.
So
you can go through the normal treatment, and it's not going to do any good. And if you've ever had lice in your house, I don't think, have we? I'm trying to think if we have.
We did.
I know I've gone through the lice process before because we suspected and we weren't sure. But you have to like wash everything in hot water.
It's
You have to
terrible.
take like every stuffed animal, every pillow, everything, and you
Put them in a black trash bag.
Yep, and then it has to sit there for like a month or two.
We stuck them in the garage.
Yeah, it's because you have to wait for them to die. And they just like, they go crazy. They take
You
over
reuse
everything.
them then, yeah.
Well, then you can wash them like once.
Yeah, they weren't having sex and there's little eggs in there?
Yeah, but the eggs are killed off after they're in the black trash bag.
Okay,
for a
there's
month.
got to be a black trash bag. If you put things into a
Right.
black hole, they're all dead.
Right, but you can't do that. You can't put your kid in a black trash bag.
Right.
because
I'm making sure they're
that would not be.
And do you really,
make it like little Britney Spears.
do you really
Yeah.
know you have lice? I mean, a lot of people just wouldn't know it in their house.
I think you do because they start itching.
You
and
ever watch
stuff.
TV?
They start itching.
And there's people's homes, like on cops, when they go into someone's home.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they have
I mean,
cockroaches all over your
lice, mice. I had mice, but they will not come to my house anymore ever since Bear's there. But I did have mice
Wow.
last Christmas, and I did write this, and you guys, I don't think you picked up on it. Did I know you then last Christmas?
No.
No.
Well, Christmas 2015 is.
I would buy the
So, yes.
standard mouse trap, you break their neck.
Right.
And I've seen video actually of a little soul leaving it, you know, in IR light spectrum.
Okay.
But anyway, I was nailing them all over the house. Bam, bam, you know.
Yeah.
I felt like Commando Boy, you know.
Right. 'Cause
Then I would
you're-
feed him the bear, and he just got one down.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. So Janet's going, no, put those away. They're too cruel.
Because it's
Put
killing
them too
quickly.
cruel. Well, yeah, that kills them quickly like that.
Right.
But their eyes, they're looking up at me. You see their eyes get real big because all that pressure.
Right.
It's pretty sad.
And they're probably just because they're surprised.
Yeah, they're like they're getting what the? Yeah, they're getting the out. But so she comes home with this special Bronco Popil thing. It's a red and white thing with Santa Claus on top for Christmas. And the mouse goes into a hole
Yeah.
and looks for the cheese. And when it finds it, eats it, it starts spinning it real fast. And Santa on top starts going, ho, 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 ho. So what you do is you spin the hell out of this thing so that when it comes out, it's so disoriented, you can pick it up and throw it outside. And I said, when it straightens up, it's just going to come back in the same hole. Oh no, it won't come back. They send it in there, guaranteed.
That's
They
right,
when it knows you have this. So we're hearing Santa go off all night. Ho, 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 in the kitchen.
I can't believe that exists.
Spinning, and she goes, you go get it, will you? Because it's just going to straighten out and you go in for more. Oh God.
Oh my God.
I love
I grew up in a house with a lot of mice because we were in the country. We had like 100 acres. And so when you're the only building for like 100 acres, everybody comes to your house to stay warm and to get food. So, yeah,
How does that deal with mice?
She's talking
I'm
about
talking about mice.
They
Came
were
to her
nice
house
over?
to stay warm.
Oh,
No, I'm saying that I had a ton of mice in the farmhouse I grew up in.
I know. And then you can like put the real stuff that they like way high in cupboards and stuff. They still get up there.
Oh,
They
yeah,
must
that was
fly.
really gross.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
And then if they didn't poop, I'd say have all you can have, boys.
Right.
But they poop in the damn food.
We, in one of our old houses, walked downstairs, we had mice, we just moved in.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I thought the mouse was dead. Okay? He saw me, I saw him, I stood still, he stood still. I moved a little, he moved a little.
Did his eyes pop out?
No, he was alive. I yelled at the kids like, grab a bowl! So we grabbed a bowl, I threw the bowl on top of him so he couldn't move, and then I stood on him. And I made somebody grab him and throw him outside.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I was in my basement and I saw a mouse just like sitting there. So I took like a cup or something and I put it on it and then I totally forgot about it. And then I found it like months later.
Was it stinky?
Yeah, it was dead and like rotted.
This is kind of like, you remember Jeffrey Dahmer as a young boy? Started doing like animals and crap.
Yeah, well,
I know.
but I felt horrible. Like I felt so guilty when I found it.
Oh yeah.
But I did. I was also I was jumping on my parents' bed when I was a kid, and I would jump off the bed and land on the floor. And I actually once I landed on a mouse. It must have been like running across the floor or something, and it was dead.
Squashed it.
It was a quick death.
I bet.
It was running for it. I'm like 7 or something. My bare feet jumped.
Well, to that, you know, it's like the asteroid hit that created the Gulf of Mexico, and that, to him, that was like the hugest freaking asteroid.
Yes.
And I do mean asteroid coming its way out of the sky.
Have you seen the size of my feet? They're huge.
The cartoon of that visual is perfect. It looks up and sees this big asteroid coming,
I see it.
and it just clouds him, you know, there's nowhere to run. It's just too late. And a wham.
He didn't even see it coming.
No.
He goes, oh hell.
He's probably still haunting the house because he didn't know. He doesn't know he's dead.
Did you have
Yeah.
clothes on and stuff?
I had clothes on, but I was
Oh.
She was
barefoot.
like 7.
I was barefoot.
You can never tell today. So, all right, so we got rats and fleas.
Those are
And,
my mice story.
all right.
And we worked into mice. I've only seen like one rat in my life though, and those are
I've never
in the
seen
wild. I've seen one rat in the wild. I've seen people with pet rats.
Speaking of rats, and I don't you don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to make a prediction that Trump is going to take. I wanted to get this out before the show. He's going to take Ben Carson as his running mate,
Okay.
which will create not so much of a paradox as it will a combination of polar opposites of good, meaning that they're both trying to do good, but in two different ways. Carson's the more meticulous, laid back science, and they agree principally on what they want to do. They just come across differently. And what America wants now is someone to just say it like it is,
Yes.
like the show.
Yeah.
Say it like it is, and
Except we're not building walls.
what the heck
We're breaking
is
down
happening?
walls.
What the heck is happening to the delegates? That this guy is pulling them state to state because he's refreshing.
Are you
He's
talking
saying-
about Carson is refreshing?
No, I'm talking about Trump.
is refreshing. Okay.
Right. Carson's going to be it. I could just see the magic between these two guys, and it's a good choice because he can get some of the stupid black vote too. There's a black guy in the ballot. I'll vote. You know.
Like they'll vote based on race.
Yeah, and that'll prove he's not, racist. And he may be. I mean, he said the Mexicans. He said they're not. Well, most of them.
But
But some of them are okay.
how many is he paying though to say that he's good? Vote for Trump. He's amazing.
What?
That Mexican lady who's gonna get like deported once he gets sworn in. Did you ever see that? She was on like Good Morning America or something.
No.
This was a while ago.
You kind of did the Hitler thing there for a second. You scared me. What are you doing?
No.
Vote.
She had like a sign and it was like she got on stage at one of his rallies and was like, vote for Trump, I love him. It was a Mexican lady and he's talking about building a wall. And so that the Mexicans can't get in.
So we can take your ass and
throw you back.
Throw you back.
Yeah. And so she was asked a bunch of times if she
Oh.
was paid, but she kept avoiding the question. Do you remember that?
Well, a
John?
lot of the followers actually are paid groups that do follow groups, and they're actually paid. There are ways you can get involved with those.
Okay.
Even supporting like Greenpeace and things like that. There are support groups. You can join, you travel, and you back up on the streets, and you can have crowds for it. There are for it. When you see like in the newspaper looking for people not enacting, but as what's the passive word? When you're in the background, doesn't really matter.
I don't know.
You're in the background, okay?
Protester?
No. It has nothing to do. Extras. Looking for movie extras.
Oh, okay.
And that's what a lot of those are about. You'll be on TV or something, but you'll be in the background, and that's what they gather them, and you'll be paid.
Okay.
And you get a nice buffet. So anyway, that's how that's done. So that's going to be that combination, I think. He's going to win the Republican Democrat. Now, in 2 times in American history
Yeah.
where the delegates beat the popular vote
Right.
and they went with the delegates. How would we feel today? Andrew Jackson was one of them. And I think Milton Fremont was another.
Isn't that what they did with Bush, though?
No.
Didn't
That was a
Bush?
Chad incident.
You're
That
right.
was a...
But ultimately, didn't he end up having... He
I...
ended up having... No, he ended up having the delegates.
Yeah.
And not the... Gore had the popular vote.
But if they do that this time, I think there's going to be a lot of problems. I don't think, first of all, if the delegates pull back on a guy, and they're being told to do that, this guy does not represent this party, the way he's acting. But it's a new way of running for president. I think that, will they embrace this whole idea of putting him in there?
They, the party, you mean?
Yeah, no one has the gusto right now or the fuel to beat Hillary, except him.
And I don't even see... The thing is, he has people who vehemently, why can't I say this, support him.
There's something going on in this room. No, the words are just...
I am like...
You're not to blame? Charlie
My brain
Manson.
is foggy today anyway. But, you know, they really wow. They support him very strongly. And
it's a slow show tonight, ain't
but
it?
I think as many...
It's really slow without our stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
really slow.
It's really slow. It is. It's all slow.
You're yawning.
I think
Your
slow.
tongue keeps going out.
Slow is the
Working
word for
chicks
the
in the
night.
hallway.
I think slow is the word for the night. But I think there are more people who hate Trump. There are enough people that love him that are getting him these votes in the Republican
You love or hate
primaries.
him. You love him or hate him, but I think there's more people who love him. And I think the unintelligent white man is going to come out in droves and put him in. Now the interesting thing is,
God, it's so scary.
he's going to call it like it is, and if he says Iran, this is the way it's going to be.
Yeah,
Iran
he'll start
Iran.
wars.
Yes, he will.
That man is bringing us to war if he has any say in it. He's going to insult everybody, and he's going to ruin like international relations for...
Right now, I don't think he's allowed in England still.
I don't think they actually banned him, did they?
Yeah.
They talked about it.
Yeah.
Not that they actually did.
Did they?
They did ban him. But, yeah, he will start wars. Unless he changes 100% of what he is, then he's a liar. Because people want that kind of guy going in and talking to the world that way. Because they've had enough.
But that's the funny thing. He's going to get in there and they're going to say, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that.
And he's going to say 2 words and they're not let's dance because he has all the finances back him. He doesn't have one corporation backing him to tell him what to do.
Right.
He's his own guy. Let's say, screw you. I'm a billionaire.
Yeah,
So, you can't, what do you mean I can't do it?
Right. Now, has he filed for bankruptcy 4 times? Like, there was a post
He
going
has,
on Facebook
yes,
and stuff. Okay.
and maybe more. He did a lot of real estate in my area, and he put LLCs, little small ones, and if they weren't working, he bankrupted them.
Okay.
And that's a normal process when you're in real estate. Very normal process. Scary to people when they hear it. But does it really care? The guy's worth that?
No.
He's got the stupidest wife, the most pretty wife. He will make a good president. Vote for him. Vote for him, Donald. Donald Trump with a T. Okay.
Donald Trump.
And he's just thinking, Do you think he does her at night anymore? Or he's just got this cachet?
God, I want to think.
I just think he's got this cachet of paid women like a harem in Egypt. And they're sitting
Yeah,
back.
but I would never do that. I don't care how much money I was paid. That's really
You
gross.
wouldn't have sex with that man?
No.
Why? His attitude?
That and he's just creepy.
Disgusting.
All right. Why? Well, that might turn off a lot of women voters then. What is the woman's perspective on this guy? You're saying creepy,
He's an
disgusting.
asshat.
Yeah.
He's racist.
Give me some instances.
He's a loose cannon. The fact that he says whatever is coming out of his head, there's no filter,
Well, Dave, he's just
that's
disrespectful.
going to be horrible for international relations. It's going to be, we need a diplomat.
Why mock other
I'm talking
people?
about having an intimate relationship with the man.
Oh,
I don't think you could. He's too much.
I couldn't
of a-
have an intimate relationship with anyone that I find
If
repulsive.
repulsive. Yeah.
But what if she finds him repulsive but is cared for so tremendously?
Well, then good for
Some
her.
people
but
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You're
No.
not that type of girl.
I can't do it.
No, I.
Well, you're Michigan. You're corn-fed.
Right.
So, yeah, okay.
No, I
So-
mean, if I wanted to have some like sugar daddy, I've had those offers and I've
Have
turned
you?
them down.
I've
Yes.
had those as well.
I actually have. Yeah.
But they weren't real.
No, they were real
They were
offers.
real.
Really?
They were
Yeah.
people that want to take me, take care of my kids. I'm like, no, but thanks.
But let me stay here in this house, take care of them till they grow up and pay me.
No, I just
I would
didn't
do
want
that.
to even deal with it.
If a chick said, I'll take care of your kids as long as you have sex with me, I'm in.
Yeah, but I gotta
I'm
have
in.
more than that. I gotta have
Not
that
me.
intimate part to it.
Girl,
Yeah, but I would
you
hate.
screwed everything
I would
up
hate
sexually.
myself.
You would hate yourself.
I would hate myself.
Oh, I think of my children. They're going
No,
to the
I'd be
best
better
schools.
off.
It's how is that different
Myself.
from prostitution?
Same
Right.
thing.
It is the same thing.
Same thing. If women at Cougar Hills that go horizontal for their husbands in their tennis outfits just because he makes $1 billion a year
But if you're
and he's old and crusty, a lot of them are unhappy. I talk to a lot of them. They're very unhappy and they feel stuck because if they leave,
never stuck,
they're going to
yeah.
go down. They're going to go down on the Richter scale 7 notches on the house you live in. And what will they say?
Who cares?
Right. That exactly.
That's
They care about
first and
that.
foremost
They
in
care
those
about
women's
that,
lives.
and they shouldn't.
When you see them, you'll see them in that store. You'll just know it.
Oh, and I totally agree, but I think, to be, a mentally strong individual, you have to tell yourself, who cares what other people think?
Right.
Don't we though, on the show?
Care what other people think? Absolutely not, we don't care.
Even though we're not live tonight and we're getting people writing that we can't see, where are you? Another misfire, David?
What's that alluding to?
I'm going to get one.
That's what
You wanted emails? I'm going to send them to you tonight.
I want to read those.
You want to read them?
Yeah, I
All
love
right.
that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's hear him.
All right.
Let's hear him.
All right, so anyway, a lot of things are going on. They're going to filter out this whole political mess. They talk more amongst each other and berated each other than the actual issues. None of them touched the deficit and what they would do to control that. Some of the things that they talked about also, they would take apart Obamacare.
Right. Yeah. I said that.
Yeah, and restructure that. The Obamacare came true, as I said a year and a half ago. Once that was in place, the premiums will, once everyone gets hooked, are going to jump. And what they do?
They jump
They
significantly.
jump right to the ceiling where you can't afford them anymore. You have to really change your life.
And then you get penalized for not having it.
That's right.
Which is ridiculous.
Now-
That was so weird when I went to do taxes and
Do you
it's
have
like,
health
oh,
insurance?
we need a copy of your health insurance card. It's like, really?
Really?
That is so weird. It's so weird. And I'm like, you need my health insurance? They're like, well, yeah, because you get penalized if you don't have
Well,
it.
what about the gang member in Chicago who doesn't file taxes, but he makes $500,000 a year on selling crack?
Well, he probably doesn't have to worry about the penalty
No.
because he's not filing.
But don't they write them, the IRS write them letters of where are your forms? Who are you? He's a U.S. citizen,
Right, he has a social security
social
number.
security number.
Right.
Did they even
He's
keep
probably
track
in the
of that?
system, he's probably on welfare.
Yeah, most likely.
You know, I say black and in Chicago, and you immediately go, he's on welfare.
No,
we
That
were
was
talking
not
about
nice.
in general.
I'm talking about a drug dealer, somebody who is financially off the grid, essentially.
Making money off the grid,
Yeah, no, it doesn't
tax
matter.
free.
It
If
doesn't
somebody's
matter
off
what
the grid, then
nationality.
they probably are getting government assistance.
All right. Well, sure.
They're not moral people. They're not going to sit there and go, "Oh, I make $500,000 a year. I'm not
Right.
going to."
Well, I did a study
apply
on
for
that
this.
during this week when I was
It's
sick. Do you know that about 95% or higher, all the baby mamas don't get any support from the guy?
I'm one of them.
Do not. And they can do things to put the guy in jail. Now, in the inner city with these gang issues, the woman dare not file a complaint to the FOC that she's not getting child support.
No.
Because
She'll get killed. Right? Cap your ass, you talk to the FOC again. You know what I'm saying? Is that good?
That was good.
Yeah, hey.
You get
love
me.
that.
Okay.
But they're not. You're not getting any?
No, I don't get any.
I have told you repeatedly off the air, why don't you go?
Well, he's locked up right now, so I mean,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it does. If he
It'll
is,
be on file.
no, if they are in jail or in prison, they will not count it.
Okay. Will it add up?
Nope.
Okay.
I went through that with friend of the court. We talked
Okay.
about
All right. So he's in prison. How long?
that. He could actually get sentenced on Monday. So we find out
I thought he's in prison.
he's in jail, possibly going to prison.
Okay. So possibly now.
Yeah.
So let's say he doesn't.
Then I'm out however long he's been in there.
Don't they add up over time what he should pay you? You can put him right back. Or the other thing is you can take his driver's license away, and he doesn't have one, right?
So, yeah, so,
So that's useful. So they'll put him in prison.
yeah, they'll put him in jail for like 90 days or something. I don't know. Is it? 30
Well,
days or-
no, until you pay a portion of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, until you pay a portion of it. And you know, the thing of it is that women more get the kids more so than the guys today.
Well, in my case, though, it would be beneficial for the kids to see.
Well, that's, and I agree with you, and that's your opinion, but we have yet to hear from him.
No,
the
and
children
then- yeah.
But in my case, too, the same thing. There's the woman got the children, and it's horrible. It's just, my lawyer said it's just the way the things go.
It is, too.
They don't trust the men with the kids. They don't, you know what?
And that's not the issue every time either. You know, there's a lot of times where the mother is unfit and the father should have
Very
the
much
children.
so. Very much so.
I will agree.
And what they'll do is predicate everything on a couple of 911 calls. He hit me. All you have to do without a mark is say he hit me, and you will get arrested.
Well, unlike mine has a record from years even before me. So, you know, they would give me the kids regardless.
Right.
Or if they thought I was unfit, they would give them to somebody else and
Right.
they would have to do classes.
But the state, if she says, well, I don't want to, make charges.
You're just like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Well,
I'm interested in the conversation.
I know, yeah.
what happened?
I'm doing
We were
it
just
wrong.
seeing too much of the side of the back of her head, so that was all.
That's okay.
I want people to be able to see her
All right, this is Brittany.
through her luscious
Brittany
hair.
B, yeah. So, yeah, I'm saying that that's the way it goes, and that's
Yeah.
the accepted practice, and guys got to deal with that. And a lot of the killings and a lot of the Amber Alerts are the guys going, grabbing their kids and trying to take them.
Well, yeah, because I've
That's
noticed.
most kidnappings, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's getting to be
majority
most,
of
yeah,
kidnappings.
that's getting to be
Yeah.
most.
Well, a lot of these mothers are withholding, the fathers from being able to see their children. You
Yes.
know, if you don't do this, then you can't see the kids.
You're right.
That's not fair.
Or the mother doesn't show up at the place to meet,
Right.
and then she'll say, I was there, and they'll take her word for it.
Right.
It's just the courts have swung, justice is very blind. It
And I
has
told you
swung,
that.
yeah, it swung that. When I went to court, it was already done. You're a man, you're not going to get your kids. She gets the kids. And my lawyer said, that's the way it's done here. Shut up, you get contempt of court. Be quiet.
Was that Illinois?
No, Michigan.
Oh, it was.
Allegan County.
Huh.
They have 3 judges there, and they all wear cowboy boots. One was a woman. She sat down and looked at me and looked at her, and she said, well, you get the kids.
Huh.
how it works. And there's no fighting it. The appealing process is very expensive.
Yeah.
And two, if you take her to the Judicial Review Board of Michigan, oh my God, that takes years. Myself and my kids will be dead by then. Problem solved. We just wash off the docket. So, that's just what happened. And the process of guys, that's some areas I needed help in too, was letting go of my kids in such a way and absorbing the fact that they are truly not mine anyway. They're God's. I'm just a steward here for some years in their life before they get their own. And I know when I was with them, it was good. It was real good. I know. So, I did the best I could with what I had, and I have to live with that.
Right.
That's a hard thing to let go.
But,
Very hard. Very hard.
That's an understatement, I'm sure. I can't imagine that.
It rips everything out, and then you have to redefine yourself. And I think having ARDS, that was the one good thing. When I woke up from a 4-month coma, having no idea what planet I was on, helped me, to start again, to reboot this computer, if you will, to reignite that. All this stuff had been done already, so I could just live with it. But it's horrible. The courts are horrible, and it's one-sided. And I know in that county, when they're small, if you don't have your payment, they get a warrant out for you right away.
They start do that in every county.
Banging on your door and stuff. Yeah, because when I was in a coma, my judge faxed a thing from the doctor. He's in the ICU. He's been in a coma 2 months already. They sent police out to my house anyway, looking for me. Yeah, banging on the door. Where are you?
Not there.
Nothing better to do, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, that exhausts that.
Yeah.
I mean, come to terms.
Right. And the system itself is messed up. I know my husband and I, we've already talked about all right, when we legally divorce, we're not going to go through friend of the court or anything because there are a lot of problems with the system and how it works itself.
Well, I think that was one of my problems is we didn't go through friend of the court because honestly, you guys know, the history of it and stuff. It's like a yearly thing where things happen. So, we were getting along. He was actually paying, but then, he got hooked up back onto stuff and then it all went down and,
At some point, didn't you see a pattern?
Yeah.
And just say this is a pattern that's going to happen and this type of over and over behavior is insanity?
Yeah, definitely. And
I only say that because I know this woman who is married to a doctor. And she's close to me.
Okay.
And he does the same thing. He doesn't go on drugs or anything like that, but he gets very mean. And then he apologizes. He doesn't drink.
Yeah.
He gets very mean. He's scared. The money, very mean. For a while. And she hides in the house. She hides. And then it gets better. And then he cries, I shouldn't have done that. And then he does it again.
Isn't that a typical abuser pattern?
Yeah,
though?
it is.
Yes.
And that is why.
And she can't leave.
Yeah, but that's why in our
Because of the
chat rooms and
status.
stuff.
She can leave. She chooses
She
not
chooses to stay because she's going, what will people think?
Because the
And
status, well, it's not that's more important.
I'll end up on Skid Row homeless. No, you won't.
No, you won't.
You won't.
But that, if you notice too, when we get in our discussions, that's one of the reasons why I kind of stop and calm down because it goes back to, oh no, everybody's starting to get heated. I'm just going to bail out of this. It goes.
Well, that's
my PTSD right there.
Yeah, but that's your coping technique.
Yeah, it is. But eventually, though, I learned I can't do this anymore. This isn't healthy for me. This isn't healthy for my kids.
But the show is healthy.
The show is extremely
Very healthy to get the stuff out.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people at home go through the same stuff. I mean, with most Americans becoming divorced or should be divorced.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 5 to 10% of the marriages are probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
And when you get the church involved and they're like the assistant chaplain and second pastor to the right and he's married, and the stuff I learned in what goes on in church through a woman I knew who was some senior this, that, long. They have fun in amongst each other and no one finds out.
Well, my straight spouse group, do you know how many straight spouses have clergy who are their husbands
There you
that
go.
are gay
Yeah.
that come out.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Wow.
Tons of-
Okay.
See?
Tons of them.
But they
Yeah.
can't come out because what will everybody else think?
The,
Right, and
yeah,
because
the churches,
well, and they lose their job too.
there's so much that goes on in the churches that I can't sit there with a peaceful mind hearing them give me scripture and telling them about their lives and how they accomplish things like Joel Osteen and by doing this and by doing that, then a large yacht appeared in my pool. And then I did this and I got my lovely wife who bitches on airplanes and they throw her off. You know, life is good if you just do it the right way. Like, I can't listen to that anymore because I'm always thinking the guy's lying to me. The guy's lying to me. I
Just
can't.
because of what you've heard of.
It's
yeah.
the majority everywhere
Yeah.
I go.
Yeah.
And then I find out in the church I grew up with, what, Father Duffy and Father whatever the other one. Yeah.
What,
Luckily
were
it
they
wasn't me.
abusers?
Yeah, in the little box where you have to
Oh, they're-
give your confession.
They were molesting people in the confessional?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They had movable screens,
Right.
Oh,
and he'd stand up.
Jesus.
Really?
And you know, as a youngster,
So horrible.
It's bad enough.
you're not
don't
supposed to tell any of this to anybody, but tell it to God and me. You know, and I'm thinking,
Right.
why can't I just sit in this?
Well, because in the Catholic Church, they are the closest to God. I mean,
They're
the Catholic
supposed to be,
Church,
yeah.
the priest is supposed to be like,
the next best thing.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Catholic Church, yes.
Yeah, the Pope, and then you have, you know, your little hierarchy
Yep.
of people.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
I remember the bishop in Joliet. I had to get on my knees and kiss his ring. And I remember kissing his ring, and I looked up at him, and he was like, kissing a man's ring?
Why? That's
So-
insane.
Well, if he didn't, they made us go on our knees in school with bottle tops inverted. So
Oh.
the pointer's up,
Jeez,
and then you
oh,
put your
jeez.
hands on your knees like this, you had to kneel down on them. So they penetrated your hands. Yep, for 15 minutes. And if not, they had that rod, they'd crack you.
I know my
in the
mom
ass.
used to get that.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
you know about that?
Well, yeah, my mom
Oh,
actually
yeah.
had the ruler on her wrist. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
getting
that's
me
what
right now.
well, they would do. You have to kiss the ring and genuflect, and you know, if he pulls out the pud in the mud when you two are alone, he can make your life miserable in church. And then who's going to go home? You could not tell my dad that was going on.
Well, no, because you're gonna get beat. And
My dad would say, "My God, you made up a story. You're a devil." He'd beat the living
Yeah.
crap out of me.
Yeah.
It didn't happen to me. I was never molested as a child. I could have, but because I always had the wherewithal to say, "Put that away till later," you know, and they would.
Oh,
But
so
later
you
that
got
came.
you got approached on it essentially. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. They start getting friendly. And then when I played instruments, I play a vast array of instruments, and in Illinois I was playing for a church out there doing music for it. And the woman who led it, her first name was Penny, and I'll leave it at that. She was married, all these kids, well respected. She started working me. I'd give her a ride home. She'd start kissing me on the ride home. And at some point when you're kissing me, and I'm young, and I'm in my 20s, and you keep kissing me, I am not going to react like John Wayne and go, "Oh, the little lady," you know.
Right.
You're going to start, you're going to
Yeah.
go into
The
it.
hormones kick in.
You know what? All rules go out for guys,
Mm-hmm.
all right? I'm a normal guy, and that's what happens. And it was more exciting because she's married and has kids, and she's older than me, so now I got a true MILF. So that happened, and then someone caught onto it. I don't know where it came from, but I remember the phone call from her husband, and it wasn't nice.
Huh.
Hoo-wee!
Wow.
The cartoons. He slammed that phone
Wait,
down.
your mom or your dad got the call?
No, I was not at home.
Oh,
I was,
so you got the
I was
call.
living with
Okay.
Danny, my roommate. Yeah, I got the call. Yeah.
Did he blame you for it?
I turned it around on him. I said, "You had to talk to your wife first." I mean,
Right.
I'll go for anything.
Yeah.
Your wife happened to told him.
Well,
Wow.
and the fact is, I mean,
Wow.
you know,
Wow,
not
what a burn.
Not that I hold people, not that I hold people in high esteem that go after people that are married, because they're losers. But
Are there a lot of losers out there? Can we hear it
there
again?
are a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But ultimately, the responsibility falls with the person who made the commitment.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean,
Who made the
people-
commitment?
The person who got married.
Yeah.
They
Right.
made it, that person made the commitment. That person said,
You
so
can pick up-
that is the person at fault, not whoever they're cheating with.
Exactly.
Guys, you can pick up on a married woman usually within the first 30 minutes when they start telling you things like, oh, and your husband, he's okay. They start using words like that. Yeah, he's okay. I've been married to him long. He's not great. He's not the
So they start to like downplay their
They
own
use
marriage.
these adjectives that come
Okay.
out and they describe him much less than stellar.
Huh.
And that's the hint.
Okay.
That's when you start coming in with,
Well, hey.
you look for those little dancing chains and you film them.
But why? But on the other side, it's
Because it's
You know, I know,
the
'cause you're a
thrill
guy,
of the
I know.
hunt.
It's-
You have never lived like me and you'll never know and
No.
never say what I do is wrong because you don't know how I feel as a youngster growing up.
Right.
I could never tell you, do I ever say, God, I know what it's like to have a baby?
No.
no.
No. Okay? I don't. So there's some things you don't know about
No,
us.
but I'm saying male or female, still, someone who is knowingly getting with someone who is taken, married, engaged, whatever, that person has issues.
So Bathsheba had issues.
Right.
If they're getting with a married person,
She
that-
was married. David.
she has issues.
David.
Well,
the
she's
guy
the one that made the
God
commitment.
had a heart for.
If you're married and you make a commitment, you stick with your commitment. If you
Yeah.
don't want it,
Then you get
Then
rid
you
of
get a
it.
divorce.
Right.
Yeah, but the fear of divorce is the fear of being alone and losing that hierarchy. And they're afraid of a lot of the collateral stuff that will happen, I think.
buck
They
up.
are. They are. The more you
If you're
have,
Unhappy, be done. That's it. End of story.
people are amazed. I
Hey, you know
walked
what?
away.
It sucks to do that. It sucks to.
People are
Lose
amazed.
everything.
I walked away from all the stuff I had.
But if
Yeah.
you
I
didn't-
walked away and I'd be dead now.
Exactly.
I would have jumped off of some place.
Right.
Yeah. Could not live with it. It was impossible.
Right. And that's
You-
why
you
you're here
can't.
with the two of us.
Well,
Because
you know what?
instead of
It's
wanting to do
refreshing.
two-
Oh, you know what? We are kind of matchy.
We are.
I just noticed
We did
it.
well today.
We called each
We're
other
black-
before
we're
the
black
show
and white
today.
today,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
sort of white.
Kinda in between,
You
yeah.
didn't walk in like some bold color that didn't coordinate with us, so
I'm so proud of you.
that's good. And you didn't even know. It must be because you're an empath.
I am an empath.
I know. That's what I just said.
Right. I knew you were going to touch my knee.
Did you?
Yeah.
How about now?
No, that ain't your hand. I look down, it's a creepy ghost.
How about
What else we got on the Richter scale? We are coming to Laugh Fest. Let's kind of laugh a little bit. We're such dollars.
Yes, we are a Laugh Fest media
We are
partner,
media-
and our show.
Can you tell them?
Laugh
I already
Fest.
know.
We are a Laugh Fest media partner, and you can. Our show last week was at Gilda's Club, and you can see that at NoLimitsRadioTV.com. And if once this show is up, then you can go under the shows tab, and it's under there. You can watch all our shows under there.
Yes.
And learn all kinds of things about us.
That you never wanted
Well,
to
not about us, but I think life in general. Because
life in general, too,
we're
yeah.
talking about things you think about but won't say. But it has to be said, but you won't say it.
I don't know,
We
some
do
of the-
it for you.
Some of the things we talk about me don't need to be said.
There are girls out there
That means he's
that
gonna
have
bring it up
lived your
again.
life. Chick-fil-A. Yeah, believe me. There are lots.
A lot of girls
He's
live
back
that
there
way.
like looking kind of, do I know everything here?
Talking about Brittany's boyfriend who's behind the camera.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
that's all in the past, right?
It is.
This too shall pass.
yeah.
But the boys are getting some ideas how to, yeah, what I say probably rings a bell with them, right? As a guy. Yeah. Don't agree if you disagree with me. I mean, it's okay.
Disagree if you.
They agree.
Yeah, they agree.
Yeah,
They agree.
that's how we think.
The whole like married woman falls all over you, and you don't think like this woman has a crazy husband.
No, not at the time. Shoot, no.
Of course not. When you're in that moment, you're not gonna think.
But you know, that was one of my problems after I got married. I had to see a shrink because when I was getting ready to get in the act with my wife, I would start thinking, well, did I shut the lights off on the car? Did I pull the garage door down? You know, I would think about these things and not the moment I'm in.
The OCD stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you like turn the lights on and off 5 times?
No, it's horrible.
No? Huh?
No. And they recommended porn to me too, and that's when I met in that Haven. So we are
That worked.
coming
I thought
soon
you
to...
saw her in theaters.
Yeah. And never met her. I met her on the screen,
Right.
and my first time was with her.
Right. As a teenager.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Bozo's Pocket Rocket. You
Right.
Remember the song? Okay.
No.
Anyway.
I don't remember
She
that
took
song.
it from me when I first time, and she came on the show weekly.
Yeah.
She also would give recipes. We'd share recipes now, and I'm talking to a woman who's like 75 now,
Yeah.
but she was hot back then, and I'm watching her on the screen,
Right.
and now I'm talking to her about recipes, and I did tell her, you know, my first time in a movie. That's so nice to hear, David. That's so
Did
wonderful.
she ask which film it was?
Yeah, it was.
Oh Lord.
It was, oh God, it had a very prolific name. But the guy came up.
Really? That's a shocker for
They're all sitting around having this business conference meeting, 6 ladies around having wine or something. And the guy comes up with the salads and serves, and then she goes, I'll have the special sauce. Pulls the putt out. And she gets it, you know, her sauce.
She gets his special sauce.
So I asked her, I said, now did you really eat that? She said, no, they came in with a cream of Caesar or something.
Yeah.
I said, okay, because I really thought you were eating it. And that's the time I popped.
Oh my God. That was too
Eating
much
a salad,
information.
not having a sexual act,
Eating
but
a
eating the salad, I popped. What's wrong with me?
Does that happen whenever you eat a salad?
Now
No,
every time I eat a salad, I roll up in my mouth.
Ain't no greens in my house.
Every
No.
time I have a salad, I'll be like, no dressing, thank you.
No greens in my house, girls. No, I can't.
Oh my God.
There are no salad dressings or greens in my refrigerator. No, it's a no-no. Hey, for the network, so we got to say before we go, is that Laugh Fest, we're going to be there March 18th, 16th?
Yeah, but things might be getting shifted around, so we'll see.
All right, stay tuned to our Facebook pages
Yeah, we'll
and
update
things
you
like
there.
that. And
Check
let you
out our
know.
website.
We will be there so you'll be able to see us in person if you want.
Right, but it's nolimitsradiotv.com, and we have Facebook, we have Twitter, Instagram, so go on there
And we're
check us out,
also-
message us.
On laughfest.org, you can go and they do say we have a website. So
Yeah, we're on the Laugh Fest website
Right.
under Media Partners, so you can go under there
and that's
and
huge.
see our website
That's a
there,
huge
Media
thing.
Partners. Yeah, so we're happy.
We are
to do
Grand
that.
Rapids Laugh Fest to get all the crap out of you and laugh over the things in our lives that aren't so laughable about.
Yeah,
Right?
we find laugh through the tears.
Well, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight from Brittany, Candice, and myself, David.
Yes.
And we will be with you again shortly. We have no music to take you out because ISIS again has stolen all of the internet.
Has stolen our website.
I should have sang.
It will become, no, I heard that episode. Please, never again.
Have a good night and have a great week.
I played it backwards and it said, Satan lives, Satan lives. No more of that singing, man.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, bye-bye. Thanks for
Bye.
watching us, and we'll see you soon, in person and back on in a week. Hasta.